Hello everyone, this is Matt with Matt's Mechanics. Today we're going to be reviewing a D.I.D 520 pitch ZVM X-ring chain. ZVM is the type or the model. The X is meaning an X-ring chain instead of an O-ring chain. The gold in gold means that it's going to be a gold link chain. 520 is obviously the pitch, and the D.I.D is the company. D.I.D is out of Japan. I believe that D.I.D personally is a better company than the others that are out there. I've tried EK chains, I've tried Pro Taper, I've also tried what else? Renthal chains, and just like the sprockets and whatnot, I have my favorite type. Driven is a company that's here out of Chatsworth in Los Angeles. I just ordered 2 of those for the 520 conversion for my 2004 Honda RC51. I'll be reviewing those in a couple of days here whenever I get them. I was trying to get an AFAM sprocket, which are rated as the best sprockets out there. They come straight out of France. They are no longer available for my bike. It's too old, being a 2004. Anyways, we also got the 520 ZVMX chain. It's rated way higher than it needs to be. I think it's rated for over a 1300cc bike. So, I have the old 1000cc's. It doesn't even make as much horsepower as these new bad boys or as much torque. Nevertheless, we did get the 520 because I wanted a chain that would last. And we got the ZVMX X-Ring because they last significantly longer. D.I.D chains that I've used have lasted 3 to 4 times longer than the Renthal or the Pro Taper or the EK. EK actually lasted the least amount of time, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 miles, I think, something like that. My D.I.D chains usually last 15,000 maybe, somewhere in that range. And today we are unloading this and we'll see what we can find. A nice finish on there, very shiny. Everything's stamped exactly the same, straight out of Japan, of course. High quality control over there. All the stamping you can see is exactly the same. There's no scuffing. It's all pre-greased. It also comes with some grease in here, some X-rings, and a master link rivet type. Typically I get a clip type, but since this is a higher quality chain and it came with the rivet type, I'm going to be using the rivet type this time. I'll have another video on the installation of the rivet as well as the installation of the sprockets in the chain all at once. So let's take a look at this chain. So the first thing I like to look at is if every link moves the same, or if basically you have some loose, some tight. So already out of the first 4 links, we can tell that it's actually very consistent, meaning that as they pressed it together and smashed the pins, that they stayed very consistent. Yeah, this is very nice. So as you can see, that's how thin it is. Let me grab my 530 chain and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with the pitch. So this is a D.I.D 530 chain. This is the D.I.D 520 chain. You can see how much thinner it really is. See that? It's not exactly half, but damn near close. So that thinner chain is going to give you less weight on the rotational mass that's going to be propelling your bike, and that means that you're going to have quicker acceleration. Anything lighter, as we know, gives a better power to weight ratio. And in that regard, that's why I changed from the 530 tractor chain to the 520, well, basically nice thin lean chain. I didn't particularly want the gold, it's just kind of what they had in stock. Typically I like the raw steel like this 530 over here, but you get what you get. Anyway, the chain was a little bit expensive, but like I said, it's worth it in the end if it's going to last me 15,000-20,000 miles rather than spending 150 bucks, 3 times or something on an EK, or 100 bucks on a, some kind of Renthal or something like that, 110 bucks. This was a $158 chain, something like that, somewhere around there. And the sprockets were about $100 together. They're driven again out of Chatsworth. Pretty high quality stuff. They're local, and you know, I like their products. They have a proprietary alloy where, you know, it doesn't seem to wear as quickly. It doesn't round out. It doesn't oval. You know, I've tried JT. I've tried RK or Vortex, which is awful. Vortex is just not something you want. It's going to wear out really quick, and you're going to have tight and loose spots in your chain, and then it's going to stretch the chain unevenly, and then you basically have to change everything anyway. So anyways, overall, we can see that everything is stamped the same as well. So there's no deformities on anything, no scratching, no scuffing. Everything is greased heavily, which is great, but not too heavily where it's just splooging everywhere. We also have the pins are all exactly the same as far as how they're pressed. It's all got this nice little trapezoid square, you know, type thing. It's actually, it's very, very nice. And like I said, this is straight out of Japan. It actually says it on the markings as well. You can see straight out of Japan right there. And over here we have the D.I.D, which is the manufacturer, and then we have the type, which is the 520 ZVMX. Now when we come over here to our O-rings, the O-rings aren't exactly O-rings, they're X-rings, so they have this nice groove in there. Yeah, it's nice. So they actually kind of almost like layer on top of each other. Comes with a nice bag of grease. Japanese writing. Excuse my dirty hands, I am a mechanic. It stays with me always. And then we have the Masterlink rivet type chain. Obviously doesn't go up all the way. You're gonna have to press the plate on. That'll go down a little bit, and then you're gonna end up riveting the little bores right there. So yeah, overall I'd say that the D.I.D is pretty consistent with their quality, just like my last one. You know, it's consistent all the way through the chain. The quality control looks higher than typical. Sometimes I'll see a lot of scuffing on chains. I'll see that the pins look a little bit different. I'll see that there's a different tension between each link. You know, these are normal things as well. Sometimes you'll see heavier grease in some spots than others. This is pretty consistent all the way through. And like I said, I like the quality control as far as even the box goes. It gives you a very thorough list of instructions, what to look out for. That's upside down. These are things to look out for over here, like if you have battery acid on it, it says change the chain. If you have a clip, what to do, rivet type, you know, basically everything you need to know. It even says instructions on how to take the old one off. It's in Japanese as well as English, which is always nice. Kind of shows their uniformity to, you know, giving us the language barrier right there. Anyways, yeah, so in a couple days here, I'll review the driven sprockets when they come in, and then I'll have another tutorial on how to install the chain, set your sag, and installing the sprockets all in the same time. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you then.